Good morning, sports investors. How you doing today? Rothstein here, famed Rothstein Sports Investing Show. Link to the podcast is in the bio, all right? But this is the YouTube version, the Betting Public Sports Show, all right? I'm still your host, famed Rothstein, all right? I got some action today. As you know, I've been doing the podcast this past week. I've just been tired, but I'm doing it today. We'll be back Thursday on the podcast that you can find on Anchor.fm, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher Podcasts, Google Podcasts, about 10 different places, right? And if you have a gambling problem, please do not listen to this show, all right? This is just entertainment, just having some fun, but we're going to make some bag, all right? But before I continue, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, because I'm going to give some... I'm talking some shit today along with the picks, all right? Hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Okay? Where do we start? All right? Let's do this. Hold on a second. Let's do this, all right? Listen, I just ate I got some McDonald's oatmeal in my teeth, the damn apples and shit. But listen, let's do this, all right? I'm gonna give you the action first, all right? NBA, NHL, we've got the Montreal Canadiens at the New York Islanders out there in Nassau County. Go ahead and take the Islanders -1, including overtime and shootout. -1, the Islanders. All right, -1.5 for the who was that team? The Florida Panthers. Florida Panthers -1.5. I forgot who they're playing, but they're gonna smoke them. Florida will. They're back. Huberdeau, Barkov. They're back. Take them. And then the NBA, the All-Star game. We don't usually do exhibition games, but we're gonna take Karl-Anthony Towns of the Minnesota Timberwolves. To go over 12.5 points for the game. All right. Speaking of NBA, Karl-Anthony Towns, shout out to him for winning the 3-point contest. A big man, 6'11", 7'1", whatever he is. Is he the first person that big to win? Biggest, tallest person to win the thing? I mean, I know Larry Bird won it like 6'9". I can't remember. I think Detlef Schrempf was like probably 6'10". I don't remember if he won or not, but I vaguely remember him being in it. But nonetheless, let's just right off top, the NBA All-Star Weekend was trash. That shit y'all was doing last night was it was the dunk contest. I didn't see the skills competition, but the dunk contest was some bullshit. It wasn't even mid. It was straight bullshit. Backyard boogie. For real, it was bullshit. Cats missing dunks, 4 and 5 attempts. Cole Anthony, it's hard for me to say this, Greg Anthony's son. When I was in high school, Greg Anthony was doing that shit at UNLV. Him, LJ, Grandmama, Stacey Augmon and them. They was fucking people up. Brother come out, first dunk of the night, this motherfucker come out in some Timbs. He put on some Timberlands. I'm like, go ahead, roll your ankle up. You dumbass. But what was that about? And like I said, that's his son, Cole Anthony. I couldn't watch that. I was like, I can't watch this guy roll his ankle over. Now, luckily, he made the dunks, after about 3 or 4 attempts. Then a couple other dudes, I don't even know who them cats was. And that's what I'm here to talk about. Part of that, John Morant, this was supposed to have been your night. You're a first-time All-Star. Your first 2 years, all we see is clips of you. I mean, I don't remember that. I think they made the playoffs last year. I don't remember. They didn't do nothing significant if they did. But, he's been on a pretty solid team since his career, the first 2 years. And, and now they're in the real thick of it. The hierarchy of the West, firmly in the playoffs. And if I'm not mistaken, they might be like 2 or 3 on the Western Conference. If not one, they're up there on the Western Conference. But that's part of it. Ja Morant, we got all this highlights of you, your first 2 years, missing dunks. Almost, posterizing people, getting fouled. And the dunk contest was for you. You guys who are 6'2", 6'3", to 6'8", the dunk contest is especially for you because you're at that perfect height. Like Danny Ainge used to say, you're at that perfect height where you can make a dunk look real sweet. Spud Webb, that was kind of an exception to the rule being 5'7", doing certain shit. But I think that was more of the marvel of a guy that small jumping that high and still doing funky shit. Reverses and shit. Shawn Kemp on the other end, he might have been just a little bit too big, too tall. Dwight Howard, they might have just been a little bit too tall. But Shawn Kemp was doing funky shit. And Dwight Howard did win one. But Ja Morant, let's be honest, bro. You're a 2 guard. When it comes to the NBA, there's only two guards that really matter. Jordan and Kobe, and Dwayne Wade is, supposed to be the 3rd best 2 guard ever, but there's such a drop off between Kobe and Jordan and Kobe, then Dwayne Wade. There's such a drop off from the 2, whether it's Kobe or Jordan, whatever you want to call it. We'll just say Jordan. There's such a drop-off from 2 Kobe to 3 Dwayne Wade, like that you almost don't even really matter. You know what I'm saying? And like Ja Morant, you can like go in there and take that spot from him. Maybe even Jordan and Kobe, I don't know. We don't know because you don't want to be a superstar. You're supposed to be in that dunk contest. If it wasn't for sports investing, I wouldn't even know that the Memphis Grizzlies were even having a good season. Like, you supposed to be in that. You supposed to be in that. I'm watching Jared Allen, 6'11" from Cleveland, a replacement. I guarantee you if he's 6'4" in his home building, he plays in that dunk contest. But no, Ja Morant, you were supposed to be in that, man. You were supposed to be in that dunk contest. Who the fuck you think you are? So at this point, since no stars, that's what I'm saying. 1988, what was the Jordan Dominique dunk contest? I was 12 years old. I was 12 years old watching that shit. It was just, I knew what I was watching. Like, damn, these dudes balling. They dunking their ass off. Jordan flying, Dominique, 6'8", slim with it. But dunking with thunder, like when he did windmills, that shit was loud and hard. Bow! Right up the rim. These guys doing windmills last night, they wasn't doing shit. They wasn't even really flushing them. Like I don't know, man. And then even Jordan, what's his name? Vince Carter, the 2000 dunk contest, whatever that was. With T-Mac. Notice, those 2 dunk contests both had 2 Hall of Famers in them. There was no Hall of Famers in this dunk contest last night. I don't know who these motherfuckers is. But even the Vince Carter dunk, I was 20-something at that time. I'm a grown man because I'm older than Vince. And it's like, I was still like, every time he, people was looking forward to seeing him dunk. Because that's what he was doing in college, banging on motherfuckers. They was looking forward to that, and he did not disappoint. It was like Snoop's first album. We was looking forward to Doggy Style. Snoop didn't disappoint. 50 Cent gets shot 5, 10 times or whatever out there. We were looking for get right or die trying. Get rich or die trying. He didn't disappoint. Vince Carter didn't disappoint out there, doing those dunks, especially that first dunk he did. It was like, that might be the best dunk in dunk contest history. Reverse windmill 360, that shit was funky. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's just like, it was like, what was that shit? Like, I remember Danny H saying one time, hell, I remember one dunk contest that was bad. Danny Ainge was like, hell, you can see these dunks in the game. And people thought he was just an old white man. Hey, no, these were bullshit dunks. They weren't worth dunk contests. They weren't, those were like Gus Macker dunk contest dunks. It wasn't like NBA player dunks. Like, come on, man. Supposed to be the biggest, best athletes in them dunk contests. Myles Garrett had a better dunk contest in the celebrity game. Was doing better dunks in a celebrity game than the shit they was doing. Come on, B. Then we got DJ Khaled. Listen, very simple. DJ Khaled, is he spoofing blackness? My homie on Twitter, cat out of Atlanta, I've been fucking with him for about almost 10 years now on Twitter. Is DJ Khaled spoofing blackness? Like, what is he doing? Like what does he do? Was he right? He's on every record. Like, it's like, how's this dude supposed to be? Then you got some Muslim stuff going on with that. Like, I ain't gonna touch, but just like, damn, man. Like, what's up with this guy? How did he get his spot? Like, why? What's special about him? There's never been a more personality in hip hop that I've never liked. Probably him, then Rick Ross. No disrespect to Rick Ross. I mean, I know he's a good, because Rick Ross make good records. There's just something about his persona I don't like. I'm sure he's a hell of a guy. There's just something about the way he carries himself that I just don't fuck with. And I think I told you all before, it was the shit with the Freeway Rick Ross, the real Rick Ross, the drug dealer. The likeness suit and whatnot. Like, you guys know what I said about that. I didn't really care for that. Like, dude, I don't care what the courts say. We knew. Like, that's some bullshit for you to, like, copy that. But I digress on, dude. Yeah, man, like, that, we just gotta, like, the NBA, that was worse than the Pro Bowl. That was worse than the Pro Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, both that, like, I don't know, man. Like, like somebody said, the email dunk contest or the NBA dunk contest could have been in sending an email. That thing, having long ass meetings at work that could be done in an email. Like, that's what that was. That could have been in an email. Like, okay, just take a look at it when you get a chance to. Fuck that. Come on, man. These guys are not worth our time right now. If you're not gonna, if this, we do want to see the stars, and like, that's another thing. I'm kind of salty at LeBron. You don't say that. I mean, I understand you want to play with your son. You don't say that during the middle of the goddamn season while you're already on a team. The Lakers on top of that. I might be in Cleveland. At the end of the day, I just want to play with my son. The last year, with Bronny. Like, what? You don't say that while you're under contract with somebody else. That's what I'm saying. I told y'all that years ago. LeBron was eventually going to play himself. It's just too much. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that, LeBron. You're better than that. Don't say just, we okay, yeah, we know you want to play with your son. We respect that. But, like, you don't say that while you're under contract already. You just don't. But, yeah, man, there was a couple other things about that shit I just didn't really like. That was a horrible watching experience, a horrible viewing experience. That NBA dunk contest. It was really the dunk contest. Like I said, I didn't see the skills competition. Some people said they didn't like. I don't. I don't know. The 3-point contest is what it is. You're either gonna hit threes or you're not. As long as the guys are hitting threes, nobody's gonna really be mad about that. But the dunk contest, that's supposed to be the highlight of the weekend, and it was like shit. It was shit. It was trash. And you know I don't like saying trash about professional athletes, but as far as dunking, that was trash. And they've tried to fix it pretty much since the Vince Carter dunk contest 22 years ago. It can't. They've been trying to fix it since. The stars have to get in it. You know, would have loved to see, Zion's hurt and whatnot, but at some point he got to, he needs to he should have been in the dunk contest the first couple years, but now he's going to have foot problems. Won't be wise. Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine, when they had those duels, those were thrilling. They were doing some good dunks, props and shit like that. I want to say Dwight Howard was the first to do some shit like that. Like, remember that time he dunked and like stuck some type of sticker on the backboard? And I don't even fuck with Dwight Howard like that, but I'll respect that now because of the bullshit y'all doing now. You know what I'm saying? It was like, wow, damn, I wouldn't mind watching Dwight Howard. Somebody, who was that, Gerald Green or somebody a couple years ago blew a candle out when they dunked, kissed the rim, blew a candle out. That was slick. I don't know what the fuck y'all was trying to, I guess the most intriguing part was the time when Cole Anthony tried to dunk with some Timberlands on. Wasn't very bright, but I respect it based on the other shit motherfuckers was doing. Like, it was the commentators, who was it? Kenny the Jet Smith, Reggie Miller, and somebody else, they were trying to hype it up, but they couldn't. It was whack. Kenny Smith, he just loves basketball. Anything basketball related, he's gonna love it for the most part. Yeah, man. You got Dr. J out there, Dr. J and Dominique, two of the best dunkers ever. Being the judges, like, they had to have been pissed. They showed Shaq. He was pissed. It's like, man, what is this crap? But yeah, y'all. But just to recap, because I'm going to get off here. I've been talking for too damn long. NHL, Islanders, -1. Don't do money line, but -1. Right, so that way, as long as they win, we don't lose. If they only win by 1, we'll push. But if they win by more than 1, we'll get paid. Florida Panthers -1.5, and Karl Anthony Towns over 12.5 points in the game. All right, but yeah, folks, that's all I got. I'm really disgusted. I'm fucking disgusted by this dunk contest. Disgusted. That's why I haven't watched it in years. Nobody good is in it. I don't think LaVine and what's his name? I just talked about him. Guy used to play for Orlando. Now he plays for Denver. I can't. His name will lose me right now. But the dunker dude, you know what I'm talking about. But he was, I don't think they were stars at the time, but hell, them being dunkers probably made them stars like that. That was your night. You missed it, Ja Morant. You missed it. That was your night to show off. To show, hey, I'm about to be the next. That's why, the hell, Donovan Mitchell did it. At least he's been in a Western Conference final. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he was in the round before the Western Conference Finals. But, he had a good playoff run 1 year. But, yeah, man, guys, step up, please. But, yeah, that's all I got, guys. I'm going to get off of here. I'll be back on the podcast on Thursday. All right, I ain't been nowhere. I just been chilling, resting. All right, and I'll holler at you soon. But until then, y'all be well. Peace.